Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to City Skylines Snowfall. Today, I would like to remove some zoning because people have been complaining for a very long time. For the last few episodes, people have been telling me that I have too much commercial zoning, and I haven't dealt with that feedback because I've been recording so much of, like, I don't want to stop playing this, you know? It's one of those things when recording, I just want to keep playing, but there comes a point where it's like, okay, I need to stop playing this for like 2 days, let like a couple of videos go out so I can get some feedback so I don't annoy too many people. That's, you know, I just want to play video games, but I'm playing too many video games so that the people that watch me playing the video games are going to get annoyed. And as we all know, I don't necessarily want to annoy you, at least not intentionally, because I know my road layouts are just annoying so many people. But whatever the case, I'm gonna make a slight change to my district zoning there, in that I'm going to allow heavy traffic to come down this road, but not go around this way here. Because I think that could, that could be beneficial, having that happen. I've also come to realize that, something I want to do, you know, the reason I put this avenue through Moor Hills was because I figured I needed another sort of major road going through that district. But something I've always been trying to do is prevent, a situation arising where we have something like this or something like that, where there is a road that spans the entire width or length of the city, because then it becomes a very major road, and this isn't good here. So I have an idea for something I'd like to try in just a moment. I also want to make sure, yeah, we're having some water problems. Let's go ahead and throw another one of these bad boys in. I never say the word. Let's get one of these bad boys in here. Because apparently that's a thing I say these days. Alright, well, that'll fix the water problems we're having down there. What I think I want to do is I want to change this up here. I want to get rid of that tram line, and there is a bus that stops there as well, isn't there? Yeah, no, that's a tram line. No, it's just the tram line. Okay. Well, that makes it a lot easier. So if I get rid of that as well, and I think that's, what's the distance from, oh, by the way, network extensions works again. Totally forgot about that. So I have all the little roads again, and network extensions is also taken over from some of the roads that, Traffic Plus Plus used to have, which is like the zonable, pedestrian concrete, which is super, super nice. Look at that. That's beautiful, is what that is. But we don't want that. That's not what we're after. What I'm after is just seeing how long that is. So that's 17 units. That's 14. So I need to go 17 units to there. Then we'll switch this out to that road and delete that bit, so it is a nice measurement on either side there. So I wanted to do that because I want to get rid of this section here, which messes with my highway design a little bit, but that's okay. I want to get rid of that section there. And I want to get rid of this road here as well, because I'm actually going to connect these roads to this sort of central space in my city. So if I do that, which is 17 units, and I do that, which is 17 units, and I change those to the correct type of road, which is that one, that means that this is now the loop. But it also means, well, it means that this is kind of the loop here. It's suddenly become a much bigger loop, is what I'm saying. But we should see traffic sort of split off in both directions a little bit easier. Is my hope, at least. Now, this is a high school, which I'm going to chuck down onto that road. As for the trams are going to go up a little bit. So if we go to trams, we can go to just the tram road. We'll go 10 units and up. And over here, we're going to go 10 units. That's 10 and up. Then we just connect those somehow. So that can go to there. That goes to there, and those connect in the middle. And that looks excellent. So, that keeps the tram connection that I want, and it also just makes things a little bit easier. In fact, what I'm thinking is maybe get rid of that and do a little bit of terraforming here. If I bring my brush size up just a little bit, and we go to a little bit less strength. We want brush size down, please. That's where we want it to be, and if I just do this, we get a nice slope in. Well, not quite. Let's try that. Does that kind of work? It does a little bit. We still sort of have a lip there, which is not a thing that I want. That lip is just getting bigger, isn't it? That's very strange. What if I take this terrain height and extend it a little bit? And then we smooth out this section. That's not so bad. I want to bring the strength of my smoothing brush down a little bit. That's definitely not what I wanted. Select that height and extend. That's better. Okay, so the height of the... I guess the high-wise comes up to there. I was considering taking out the entirety of Nerdchester Square and making a highway interchange so I can continue my highway the whole way up through Autumn Heights, but I really don't want to get rid of the entirety of Nerdchester Square. I kind of like it. So there we go. There's the sunken highway sort of, you know, looking a little bit better. What we'll do is we'll come in here with some trees, and I'll just plop a few of them about like that for the meantime. This area is eventually going to have some stuff in it, but I'll just do some trees for the meantime so that it looks like it's, you know, not completely barren. There we go. So, I want to see how traffic handles this. I have turned off Traffic Manager President Edition because I don't want to have the ability to turn traffic lights off. That's a thing that I thought about for a little bit, and I just don't want to be able to do it. So I've turned Traffic++ version 2 on, which is now a thing, which still... Ooh. Which still gives me the ability to do lane management, but I can't turn traffic lights off with that. So, this is going to be interesting here, because that's going to... Yeah, that is creating a lot of traffic, is the problem. We did sort of... Yeah, maybe I wanted to put a bridge across here or something. That might have been a better idea. We'll see. I want to see how this works, though, when the traffic sort of filters out a little bit. Because there was a lot of it there to begin with. It does look like it's just not really working, doesn't it? I like this idea, though. I like the idea of having this kind of situation, but maybe it would make more sense to just have a bridge in here. So let's give that a shot. That's gonna... Oh, that's not what I wanted. What if I go 7 and 7 and we have that adorable little bump? Looks kind of silly, honestly, the little bump there. But, well, it might work. Might work, probably won't. We do also need to reconnect the trams, which I can no longer do. Nah, we're not doing the bump. The bump looks kind of silly, and I don't want it. Can I get this to go even again? Because I realized I did these tram lines. If I go to there, it needs to put a thing in the middle. I can do that, I guess. Then to there and there. Yeah, that works. It's a ridiculously... That's a road. That was part of the problem. There we go. It's a ridiculously tall tram line. I guess we'll see how traffic filters out here. Because, again, there was a lot of it to begin with, so once that sort of clears out, I reckon this might work. But what I also think we really need is, we need to have a little bit less commercial in a few areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna de-zone all of the commercial that I have in Hillside Square and Linden Hills, because I don't really want those to be shopping areas. I don't think those are places people need to go for shopping. So if I de-zone all of that, what we're going to see is less traffic in those areas. I also think we're apparently having some problems. That's on fire, that's why. I also think I want to have less commercial done here. because this is a residential zone, and here as well. This bit can be, I'm gonna just say residential along there is what I want. So we'll fill that in, we'll cut out a bunch of the commercial zoning, and there's just so much traffic there. That's interesting to see that they're using all the lanes, I'll give it that. Like, that's not something you often see in City Skylines, but that is a proper traffic jam there. That would be hell to be in. All those sirens going and everything. Do we have people here fighting these fires? They've just arrived, okay. Well, that's fair enough. If they could put the fire out, that would be great. That'd be just great. Also, this is actually filtering out a little bit. This might work. It might. We'll see. This over here is busy as hell. I'm not quite sure why. What's the majority of this traffic? It looks to be residential, so that's probably what's causing that. But what we'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and put a bunch of offices along this road here. So those are gonna be offices, these are gonna be offices, and these are also going to be offices. Then we're going to put more residential back in here. So if we go ahead and do that, that'll fill up that space. And I will also do some... I don't want to put residential on those main avenues. That's my thing. I really don't want to do that, so I'll do just some more offices along this bit and that little bit. So that will... that'll hopefully help a little bit. There is commercial demand, but I'm not too worried about it just at the moment. So if you fill that out with residential, that should be okay. This isn't really filtering out, is it? It really just isn't filtering out. We need a better system here. I'm tempted to say a one-way system. I'm very tempted to say a one-way system. Considering it's a much bigger system, I'm actually going to give it a go. So let's turn this all into a one-way system. And basically, we're going to see what happens. Oh, I just remembered something. So, at the end of the last episode, I kept playing for a little bit. I cut it out of the video because whatever. But we did end up unlocking the nuclear power plant, which is kind of super great because it means we can get rid of these guys over here. So, I need to find somewhere to put a nuclear power plant. And I'm sort of thinking it could be over here, but it should probably be in here. So if we get anything in this road that we can't have a, disconnect, it doesn't look like it. I guess if we do that, we should be fine. We'll go ahead and get rid of these guys and throw this guy into here. It isn't actually going to sit central, which is kind of annoying, but these things happen. So we'll put that in there. We'll bring a road back down through there. And then just a little pedestrian path across like that, because it looks nice. It's because it looks nice. Let's connect that to there. And I'm going to do a couple of little just offices there, because it'll look interesting. So there's that all rezoned. There's a nuclear power plant. And everything should be good. That should be electricity to the people. Also, this is actually clearing out. This is a bloody miracle, but it's actually clearing out, which is scary. Granted, a lot of the traffic is actually coming down this way or going to there, but... Oh yeah, no, it's all backing up over here now, but this actually sort of works. And is it me or is it a little bit darker in the game? I haven't got the day-night cycle turned on. That's something as well. A few people have been asking why there isn't a day-night cycle. I just turned it off, basically. That's the only reason. It doesn't really add all that much to the game, in all honesty. Oh god, I said it again. But I don't think it adds that much to the game in the grand scheme of things, especially as a Let's Play goes. When it gets dark, it's just annoying when you as a viewing experience. As a playing experience, it's a bit different, but yeah, as a viewing experience, I think it's better if I have the day-night cycle turned off. I've also decided to add in a little bit of commercial just over there. I also figure we should probably do something I said I wasn't gonna do in this city, because I realized towards the beginning when I was outlining the idea that I would do, you know, trams around a district, a bus from district to district, and then, no, sorry, the other way around. Well, no, my original idea was trams around, buses to and from, and then a train going the whole way around the city. Then we changed it based on viewer feedback to, trams going between districts, buses going around districts, and I actually want to use Metro, because I realize it makes much more sense for, you know, a subterranean transport system than trying to fit a train into this city. So this makes a lot more sense. And the way I'm actually going to do it as well is going to be kind of interesting, because what I want to do is get rid of this little bit of pedestrian path here, put my little subway station there, and just reconnect the pedestrian path because it'll look nice. This one's going to be a little bit tricky. Let's just bring that from there to... Come on. Is that going to connect? It does, actually. Beautiful. And then can I do that? Yeah. So I want to put a subway there. I'm also going to just do that to fill up that space. So a subway there, and a subway... I reckon 2 subways per district is a good idea. And I want a subway there. So one there, one there. This district's pretty small, so we could probably do with just the one. But I'm looking for a good position. Over here is probably the best place. So if I do... There is actually a pedestrian path there. Well, if I do it there, I can connect this path a different way. So let's bring this pedestrian path up to there and across to there. And that should work nicely. So you might have spotted what I'm doing. Basically, this subway is by this tram... that's a bus line. By this bus stop. And this one is by both a bus stop and a tram stop. This one is by both a bus stop and a tram stop. This one is going to be right there, because that's a bloody great position. And yeah, that's probably okay there, to be honest. Oh no, down here as well can work. So there and there, we want one for Briarwood. Briarwood's interesting because I haven't actually finished the tram lines between districts, I realize, because there's a tram that goes from here to here, but there isn't one from here to here or Briarwood to Linden. So that complicates things a little bit. But if I do a metro line there, that'll be a really good place. I realize I should probably move these a little bit. This one's fine because it's right there. This one... Yeah, that's probably fine too, actually. That's in a good spot. This one is also by a junction. This one isn't, which is my worry. Oh, well, it's close enough to this, I suppose. It's just that you need to make sure that people can cross the road if they need to. This one, for example, has a junction here. This one has a junction right on it, which is perfect. That's also a small district, so we'll just go with the one there. And this district is a little bit more tricky, but I want to put it there. So I guess that'll be okay. We can expand this network down the line. I guess Briarwood does need one, doesn't it? It also needs a reworking of that bus line, because my god. Let's look at Briarwood's bus line first, because that's kind of silly. Why is it doing that? Let's get rid of that. No, it just loops about normally. Okay, so what was the problem there? If I do this, if I grab that stop and move it to there, it can loop around, right? But then it comes back in here, so it loops that way. I want it to go... I don't really want it to do that. What if I have it there? It's gonna go the long way. Why would it go the long way, though? Can it not go down there? Is that one-way road going the wrong way? Oh, it bloody is! That's not even... That's my problem. That makes a lot of sense. I'm imagining people probably caught that before I did. I'm so sorry. That one-way road needs to go that way, which will actually help that Briarwood bus line so much. So let's move this stop to there. Hold on a minute. Do that, and then move it to there. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's a big bus line for Briarwood. Really inefficient in all... Nope, not saying it. Not saying it. Let's just move it to there. That makes a lot more sense. Half of Briarwood sort of misses out. I guess I could just add a stop down there, couldn't I? So that'll make those guys a little bit happier. That explains... Oh man, you know what's annoying? The fact that my city was working with that really weird one-way system. It was working, but now it's gonna break again and I know it. It's fine. Let's add another subway stop into... Where do we want this? I reckon... No, because it needs to be near a main road so we can get a tram line for it. I'm gonna say, that corner. Okay, so let's figure this out. We need the tram. It's just gonna be a loop. It doesn't have to, it's not a point-to-point. It is a loop. So, this can sort of curve up that way. And then it can... I realize that could have actually been a really neat curve if I do this properly, if I take my time with it. So have that come down to, like, there and there. Okay. That makes things a little bit weird. This one can be the one that curves up this way. And that can go straight to there. And a little bit further to there. This one is going to there and there. I do realize that, you know, I know I can use my curves for this. I do. This is something I did in a previous season. I don't remember which one, but I decided... It might have actually been a live stream. But I decided to not really use all that many curves for my subways because I'm never going to see them. And people got really annoyed that I did that. And don't get me wrong, I can see why. You know, it's not aesthetically pleasing. But, I mean, it's a subway. You're not really seeing it. This can go over that road, so I didn't need to curve that in such a dumb way, which is good. I like not having to curve my roads in a really dumb way, or my subway tracks. So is that just going to connect direct? No. Well, that was a lie. Why does it work over there? Like, it went over them, no problem. I'm going to have to dip them way under, aren't I? So I do have to do the dumb curve. Alright, we'll do that. We'll bring this up to a reasonable height. We'll go 180 like that and like that. Then this can sort of curve out of there kind of sharply and come around to there. And it's going to go down to Linden. So there's Linden. Connect like that. This one needs to sort of curve out a little bit. Then in again to Linden. Not Linden. Hillside Square. Then this one just needs to sort of snake a little bit. Like... So that can go there. This can come out to that point, I guess. I'm just winging it. Is it obvious? It should be. Then this one can just come straight across and to there. Alright, so that's a subway loop. That'll hopefully take some traffic. What we'll do is we'll just get the a couple of subways going opposite directions. Okay, we have two different subway lines going in opposite directions of each other, which should hopefully end up helping the transport system in the city. At least that's my dear oh god, there's a lot of people actually opting to use this, which is super great. That is what I want to see. Let's have a look at this one. Fair number of people. Let's go from station to station. So those ones are pretty good. That one's amazing. That's perfect. This one, not so great. This one, not so great. This one, so many people. This one, so many people. This one is alright. That's what I want to see. That's amazing. That should help so much. I really think that's going to help. I really do. Does it tell me the number of trips saved? I don't remember. I don't think it does. If I look at this, does it? No. I kind of wish it did, I'll be honest. It'd be nice if it told me the number of trips that were saved. Is that the... That might be extended public transport. Oh my god, there's so many people underground there. Look at that! That's kind of crazy. 232 people opting to use that. So many waiting for that blue line. That's so good. I really am so happy that people are using that, because that is going to help with traffic so much. Especially in like this place where people are going crazy to get into it. It will take a little bit to update, but that's fine. Okay, so I want to start looking at this place over here. I want to start figuring out what we're gonna do, because it's a big old empty area right now, and it kind of needs to not be that. I'm also gonna just disconnect those train lines for a second, because I want to bring some roads through those spaces. Actually, I'm just gonna disconnect these for a little bit, because I want to flatten out the land and actually make this look good. So let's bring the land back up the way it was once before. So do that, and then we'll just smooth it out a little bit to make it look a little bit better. So if we do that, we have the land looking nice and flat. We'll go ahead and connect the train line again. And as you can see, train line is much, much flatter. A little bit of a dip there, but that's okay. What I want to do is we'll do that, and we will go ahead and just extend these. So that's going to go... That actually won't go straight on, will it? It's going to have to, though. It's going to have to go 2 blocks and 2 blocks. And then I want to just measure this out. This is stuff that this is kind of like how I did the time-lapse in the previous episode. This is the way I was measuring things. So that's 17, and that's 17. That's a bit of a... That's actually really wide. It doesn't need to be that wide at all. But yeah, I did all of this kind of thing in the time-lapse in the last episode, and I decided that for this one, I wanted to just sort of walk you through my methods for doing all this stuff. So I do that kind of thing, and we'll do that kind of... Oh, that's not going to work. Well, we can fix that. Get rid of those for just a second. Extend that down to there, and then what I want to do is disconnect all of this, and we want to create a nice dip. So we're just using the advanced terraforming tools mod to, we'll put strength up a good bit, make a pretty deep pit. Not quite that deep, though. So something a bit like this is what we're looking for. So something about that deep, and we'll go about this far. That's a pretty good depth. So this is the height we want. We're going to use this tool to make slopes. So if we right-click here and then start down here, we can slope that up really nicely. And as you can see, that's created a pretty much perfect slope, which is exactly what we want, because then our highways can go down the slope for 2 blocks. I know these aren't highways, by the way. I'm going to change them in a second. We'll go another... Actually, can I just get a nice tunnel there immediately? I can. Okay, so we'll go from there to there, and another 12 units. 12 is the magic number, basically. Because... Wait, what? Oh, those are 2-way roads. Okay. 12 units is the maximum size for tunnels, in case you were wondering. So if I do this and connect like that, then just invert the direction. So there we go. A very similar layout to what we had with the other section, basically. With the, what's the bloody word I'm looking for? The other bit of highway. It just dips down in the same way. The problem, of course, being that I didn't do this properly. I need to link you guys together. So if I did that, that'll link those together quite nicely. Are they all one-way roads? I don't know if they are. They've got those, those are some weird corners I'm seeing there. I don't know why they'd be like that. What if I... Oh, it's because those have to be bridges because of the terraforming. Okay. Well, that's easily fixable. Let's get rid of the train lines again just for a sec. Oh, it's because the train lines. Damn it. Okay, it's fixable. Just do something like this to bring that all up. And then we'll just connect these roads like that. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do that for? That doesn't line up. Connect that to there. Alright, so there's a bit of a bump in that, but that's okay. That is completely okay. I'm not necessarily convinced I like that, now that I look at it. I feel like these roads should be a little bit further back. So something like that, I think, looks a little bit better. Nicely borders it and still gives room for the train to do its own thing without having to go up on a bridge. Although it's sort of going to cut off some zoning, but that's okay. That is completely okay. Let's go ahead and link all of this up again. So I need the single lane highway to basically connect to there. Is there any way I can make that work? I actually can. Beautiful. So that connects nicely. This actually used to... That's an outbound road, isn't it? So this used to connect to the highway over here. So... what would be the best way to make that work, is the question. This is actually going to be a little bit tricky. Can I just do that? No, I didn't think I would be able to. Okay, damn, I did not think about this. Right, it needs to be from the highway. Can I do it from down there? No, that's not the highway. What if I try it from there? So if can I get this to... yeah, no, that's terrible. This may not work. This may end up having to, change significantly. How sort of tight alongside the highway can I get this little road? That looks to be about as close as I can go there, and that's, yeah, that's gonna break things. Okay, okay. Give me a second to work this out, and we'll get on with, building up this area just a little bit. I can't necessarily say that I like how sharp that angle is there, but that's about the best we're going to get. I'm going to use Traffic Manager to let me make some changes to this junction, though, because I want these guys to be able to go there and there so that they can immediately turn off, because this is going to be our turning lane, so we want them to be able to go to both lanes if they're maybe wanting to, for whatever reason, you know, make a U-turn. Oh, no, that is going to be a valid thing there, isn't it? Okay, so that's the way that's going to work. This is going to be the lane that lets you go off of the highway. This one's going to be straight on, and this one's going to be straight on. So, yeah, everyone coming in here can go into this lane, and they can leave, or they can come from here to the middle lane and continue on with what they're doing, and then these guys are obviously there. So, that should be completely fine. Let me just turn off the Traffic Manager overlays there. If they would go away, that'd be brilliant. There we go. As for this little bit of road, I am looking at this, and I didn't really think I'd be able to continue under there. It can, however, sort of go there and then under. So I guess there's that. I guess it can sort of slink around all of that, which isn't so bad. It looks a little bit silly doing that, though, doesn't it? That does look a little bit silly, in my opinion. But let's see. I want to see what we can do here. I also want to get rid of that section of road because the zoning went really strange on it. So just reconnect those. It's a little bit better in the middle. Let's bring this across, say, 2.5 blocks, and I want to connect it to that road. Again, the zoning is going weird. I can't say I'm a fan of weird zoning. Not on my avenues. I don't care about it so much off of avenues. In saying that, we built a mostly grid-based city thus far, so it sounds like I'm lying, but I don't care about perfect grids so much off of avenues, but when it comes to avenues, they do need to be pretty good. So that should be useful there. We'll just change that into a regular road. And I think I'm just going to make this into a regular turn there, so I can sort of do that thing. This one can actually come just straight through, which is nice. So that can come straight to that point, and we'll go 3-ish blocks, and I want to bring a road off of the avenue here. And I realize there is technically a junction there because this avenue has trees on it. Let's just continue the trees down a little bit to... They can go a bit further. They can go to there. That's nice. So there's no ugly junction there, and this now all links together, links around, so that can be a fairly major space. I realize I am using network extensions, so what I can even go ahead and do is get the small 4-lane roads in here, which would be super useful. Let me make sure I'm just not breaking anything here as well. Yeah, the small 4-lane roads will be super useful indeed. I also have the highways, don't I? If I go to highways, I've got 2-lane highways, which are absolutely a thing I need as well. So, I'm super pleased with this. Because this is currently a pedestrian road, this thing here. So we'll just change that into a 2-lane highway. As for all of this, I mean, that's technically just a 2-lane highway as well, isn't it? They really don't need to be 3-lane. Well, this one kind of does, but these bits back here don't. But they look kind of dumb without it. Yeah, that'll be okay. Actually, you know what? I think this can be 1 lane. This over here can be 2. Because that means traffic from this side can go into that lane, traffic from this side can go into that lane. So that should be pretty useful. Anywhere else we need this kind of thing? Just now that I think about it, because I realized just now that I do have these. I'd completely forgotten. I've got like 6-lane highways and stuff like that as well, which are kind of super great. This bridge is fine. That bridge is fine. Yeah, we're probably alright. Traffic is also flowing around these areas pretty well too, which is nice. I do want to change the roads here to have be 1 lane, 1 way with trees so that people aren't going to be parking on them. Because parking on a 1-way system is never a good idea. I live in a town that is built on a 1-way system. And there's people that like park at the side of the road. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't. So that'll hopefully help with that a little bit. I mean, like I said, it is, it's flowing about. There's a lot of traffic in here. And there's a lot of traffic over there. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Let me have a look at my metro system for a second. Metro. So how many people are using this now? We're up to 390. Where's the other one? 552. Holy hell. There's so many people using that. That's absolutely... Whoa. Is that my trams? Or is that... No, that's my metro. So... Yeah. What? Which is... No, that's my metro, yeah. So there's a lot of people using that. That's kind of crazy. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start a little bit more work on this space. Let's go, let's just pause for a second. Let me go 5, go 1 further, go to there. So let me do something like that. So that we can build right against the train line with something or other. Yeah, that should be good. So if we do that, we can go straight along the train line. Let me go, I guess, something like to there is the distance I'm looking for. So if I go 5, that'll, no, go 1 further. That's going to be against the train line there. So that'll be good. That's fine. This is going to be from there. I know that's a bit of a weird, that's actually kind of pointless, isn't it? That's really pointless. Let's just connect those together. And bring this road underneath all of this. Can I take that along? I actually can take that along there. That's... Yeah, I like that. I'm liking that. Can I get a road along that? I really want to get a road along the underside of this as well. Why can't I, though? That's very strange that it works on that side but doesn't work on the other. That's very strange. Okay, well... I guess that works. I do need to be careful with what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of winging it with this zoning. I actually need to not do that. Because I want to set myself a rule, which is I want to sort of have a system that is each sort of, I guess, block is gonna, well, no, not block. Block's the wrong word because you know, we work in units and then 10 units is a block. But what I'm thinking is, I guess, district in a way. But I want each district to wind up being about the size of Linden Hills or Briarwood or Umber Heights. And then kind of at most being like this size. Well, no, I think these 3. Because I want to split them up a lot more with avenues and main roads. So what I'm going to do is take that out for a second so I can change this into an avenue. Because I want that to I want that to come straight up through here. So about that point. Then split off at the ends. Can I? No, that measurement's a little bit wrong. Let's go 6 and across. So I want to connect that to there. Yeah, that should be fine. So that's the distance it needs to be. So if I bring a road just across here, that's kind of a good size there, basically, is what I'm thinking. So that'll work. That can be a district, that can be a district, and those are good sizes. They won't have too much traffic, is my thinking. They're also going to have their own policies and all that stuff, so it means that traffic control and management and all that stuff is just a lot easier. Because you're working with smaller spaces and you're giving them their own miscellaneous policies. And can I get the pillars to line up properly here, please? No, I can't. That one always moves. I guess that one moved too. But this way I can sort of have this area have its own sort of methods of traffic control, and this one can have the same. So that's my thinking there. Let me change this into a 4-lane road as well. Albeit a smaller one. And that should be fine. This can actually be a... This... I think that road can... No. I want to work on some proper... I really want to pack the... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Did not want to do that. That was a mistake. I want to pack the buildings in here, basically, is my thinking. So, if I do just that again to border that. Perfect. Okay, so like I said, I want to pack the buildings in here. I want to get them in as much as I can. So if I do you, take that to there, take that up 1. So that'll be, I guess, the first place we can do this. We'll take this up 2 blocks. We'll take this up, we'll take this over a little bit. Then take it up 2 blocks like that. So that's gonna nice and densely pack the buildings. I can get some pedestrian roads in there and all that, or pedestrian paths in there. And it should be good. On this side, we're gonna do pretty much the same. So go to there, and that's gonna be its own thing as well. Over here, we're gonna want to fill this space in. We'll take a road just along there for whatever, 2 blocks. Bring it up to there, and take it down to about there. I don't want to run into the situation where I'm overlapping too much on other roads for their potential zoning. So basically all these tiles you're seeing, I want to make sure they sit together really nicely. Which I think I'm managing to do fairly well. We'll take this up to, I guess, that point. This side's going to have some weird zoning, but that's okay. And we'll take this over to... I guess there, and that's also going to have some weird zoning. But that should be fine. That does pack in a nice amount of buildings. So that's good. Let's get some districts up in this, because we do need them. So let's do all of this, and then paint it in. Basically, we paint these in, and as always, we neaten them up afterwards. Okay, that's weird as hell. These districts have got the same name. I didn't do this. I made 2 separate districts, and they've both been given the same name. So I'm just gonna rename the second one to Myrtle Lows. There we go. So Myrtle Heights, Myrtle High, Myrtle Low. Oh god, that's hard to say. I'm making a Stuart Little reference, okay? It doesn't work. I tried, and fell flat on my face. It's fine. Let's go ahead and get some pedestrian paths in here. This is actually gonna be a little bit tricky because they're, yeah, the way this is done is really weird. Some of these districts work, some of them actually do not. Or not the districts, just the way the zoning is gonna go is gonna be really strange, isn't it? I guess it'll have to do. We'll bring a path up to there, across to there, and can it go through there? It cannot, because there's a post in the way. So bring it over to there. Yeah, I bet you didn't expect to hear a bloody Stuart Little reference in this video. But there you go. ConflictNerd, surprising everyone. Let's bring this over to there. That's actually not a great connection at all. Unless I do something like that, I suppose. Can I take that to there? That's gotta work, right? That'll work. That's all connected. This one obviously needs connected as well. That can that go straight across? It cannot. Oh no, well, it can go to there, so I guess we'll let it go to there. Then this one can go straight across to there. Okay, whole bunch of pedestrian paths. Some of these could do with being good old psychopaths. By the way, for all the new people that didn't watch my After Dark series, that's psychopath. But I just call them psychopaths. Because, you know. Because people thought I was saying psychopath, and now I'm saying psychopath. I reckon I want to get a psychopath in here. I reckon I'll put it behind these buildings, just the whole way along, just for the hell of it. And up to there. Because that'll be interesting. That'll just be a thing that exists for people to, you know, cycle around if they want to. That really, it could just do with being a pedestrian path, because pedestrians will, cyclists, sorry, will use pedestrian paths. So why this strictly needs to be anything other than what it currently is, I don't know. Or why it needs to be anything other than a pedestrian path? Yeah, I don't know. It could probably be fine as a pedestrian path. But we'll see. I guess we'll see. I'm kind of tempted to change. Yeah, I'm gonna change it into one. It'll be oh bother. That was not what I wanted. It'll be interesting, is what it'll be. So here's a question. Can I mean, I can do... let's do that. Do that. That won't work. Why doesn't that work? Space already occupied. By what? That? Okay. That's interesting. Can I get this to work? I can do that. Then I could do... Oh. That ought to work, right? That's gonna do the thing I need it to do. Let's change these into pedestrian pathways then. That one can also be a pedestrian pathway, because why not? And this one as well, because, yeah, why not? Cyclists can use it, so it'll be a-okay. I would love a way to connect these areas up. Can I do it? Like, can I do a... Like, can pedestrian paths go over? No. It'd be nice if they could. Like, a level crossing for, you know, pedestrians would be interesting. I can do that, though. So I guess if I do this kind of thing and connect them like that. That's bloody steep. That's really bloody steep. I forgot how ridiculous the heights were in this game when it comes to raising up pedestrian paths, but that's gonna have to do. That's fine. It is a connection. I've made the connection so people can get from here to this district. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Let's get the pipes in there. Let's get the heating and all that ready. So bring that out to there, up to there, and we'll bring this the whole way up. And then over to there. Then we just do the old thing that we do, filling in the space. Gonna make my pipes a little bit neater this time around, just because, yeah, if we look at the rest of the city, they're a bit of a mess, as you can see. But that looks alright to me. That looks fine. We're gonna do some policies here, and we're gonna do Old Town, and we're gonna do Old Town. I'm also going to encourage biking over here. And that should be fine. Speaking of, I just saw the taxation tab. Someone pointed out in the comments of the previous, I think it was the previous one, that I didn't up the taxes for high-density buildings. Thank you very much for pointing that out, because I really needed to make more money. 1.5 million wasn't enough. Oh boy, they are gonna love me for that tax hike. They are gonna love me. I feel like Jack Nicholson's Joker right now. Where do they get a load of me? I can't do the accent, but you get the idea. His Joker was, a great Joker. Jack Nicholson was a great Joker. Let's see. So what do I want over here? My original idea was this was all going to sort of become downtown, but we really don't need more commercial right now. So I guess we'll do a bunch of offices. I reckon Myrtle Lowe's can be a predominantly office-based district. So we'll do that. Put a bunch of offices there too. Put a bunch there as well. That's not Myrtle Lowe's though, is it? That's Myrtle Lowe's ends about there. Okay, we'll do just a bunch of them here. And I guess we'll put some on the avenue as well, because why not? In fact, we'll do a little bit of commercial just there. Just for the avenue. And then I want to put some parks in, because this is something I haven't been doing as well. I haven't really been putting all that many parks in. I can get one there, but do I want... Is there another, like, small 4x4, thing? I don't know. And there's... No, not that. I want a nice... The ice sculpture one's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, so that works. Where else could I get these? That could be a spot. Where else, though? Let's have a look. I want... Oh, that corner. That corner's dying for something good. So we'll put the... I guess I'll just put the ice sculpture park in there as well. I really want more 4x4 parks, though. That's one thing that always annoys me with this, the fact that there's no... not all that many 4x4 parks. So we'll put the play park in there, because why not? Actually, no, the ice sculpture one, because it makes so much more sense. So the ice sculpture park can go just there. Anywhere else with weird zoning here has a little bit of it, but I think that'll be okay. Here as well, so we'll just have a couple of ice sculpture parks facing each other. I don't know why this doesn't have zoning. It's probably just the terraforming, to be honest. If I do this and then I just change that road a little bit, it should probably fix it. If I just change this into that for... Yeah, there you go. But change that up, and that's the zoning fixed there. So that should be fine. That should be completely fine. Let's just bring a pedestrian path through here so we can get rid of that one weird bit of zoning. And as for here, what I'll do is actually just de-zone that bit of commercial, and I will do some trees there of my own. So we'll do a nice... I want single trees. So just a few of those. Let's knock the strength down to that, because it's going to place a bunch of them if I hold my mouse button. So if I do that, and just put a couple of trees in like that. So that should look kind of nice. Is that the whole area? Yeah, that's Myrtle Lowe's. Ready to build up, which is fantastic. Let's have a look at education. Elementary school not doing so great. High school not doing so great. University still doing okay. So high school availability is letting the city down a little bit. So what I'll do is I'm gonna put a high school over here somewhere. Where? Oh, perfect place is right here, actually. It is gonna get rid of a pedestrian path, but that's okay. That is okay. It's right next to a subway, so that's perfect. That's kind of perfect. In fact, I kind of want to put it over here, to be honest, because this is a good connection to have here between those two roads. So let's just re-establish that connection. As for this, I unfortunately can't slink that back there, but I can do... Can I turn off snapping and make this work? I do that, and I bring this to just there. That should be fine, right? People can still use that? Yeah, they can. Beautiful. So that is another high school right next to a subway. That's knocked the high school availability up a little bit, but not quite enough, because we do need one over here as well. So I will throw a high school in, I guess, here somewhere? I kind of... I don't know. Let's see. I think just here, to be honest. That'll be fine. I said to be honest again. Good lord. That has upped the high school capacity just a little bit. Elementary schools, we need like 2 more of them. Where do we need them, though? Because we have quite a few of them already. We'll put it just there, and we'll put another one just... How many of these could I get in here? Can I get another one there? No. We're just going to do 3 elementary schools right there because it fills up the space and gets rid of the need. So, yeah, to hell with it. It's unrealistic as... well, no. I don't like the idea that it's completely unrealistic like that. That annoys me. So, elementary school there. We'll get another one over into Briarwood. And we'll get another one just over in Hillside Square. So that will, yeah, that ought to work. So that should be fine. Bunch of elementary schools giving us the capacity that we need. High schools, I really, really think we need one more of these, but it'll be alright. Myrtle Lows is pretty much built up, which is nice. There is actually some commercial demand right now, so I'm going to very, very slowly start building up Myrtle Heights. And I'm going to leave that square open so I can actually put a park in there, because I'm pretty sure that's not a district. Oh, it is a district. Oh, well, not anymore. There we go. This park doesn't belong to anyone. So, I guess the park we can put in here is just going to be the ice sculpture one, because it looks nice at the end of the road. So, there's a little bit of commercial zoning there, and I will do just a little bit of commercial zoning there too, because why not? The rest of this space, I don't really think I want a bunch of commercial zoning in here, I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's necessary. I do realize I need to get some more car park assets, because those actually prove to be super useful, so I do need to get some of those at some point. But this thus far, I'm actually really liking. We've kind of solved the traffic problem we had. Like, traffic's it's still really busy here, but it's moving. Over here is also busy as hell, but again, mostly moving. This is, kind of ridiculous. Why is there so much traffic here? Like, what is the reason for that? I don't actually know. Is it, I guess that's just a pretty big area, isn't it? But why is so much of it going that way? Are these all... Like, you can get in there, you can get in there, and you can get in there, I think. Yeah. So why is so much of it opting to come in through this road? That is very, very strange. Very strange indeed. Let me just change this up a little bit. I want to do some traffic management here, and I want to do that as well. As for these guys, they can go straight on. I realize those guys do not need to go to that lane. You guys can go straight on as well. You guys can go to there, and you guys can go to there. So that'll hopefully help things a little bit. Is there a merging point on that road? There is, so that'll be completely fine if they need it. But as for this whole setup, I reckon we probably want to upgrade this road a little bit. We can't upgrade all of it, obviously, but upgrading some of it is actually going to be a great idea. I also realize I've just messed up my bloody Traffic++ work there, didn't I? So you guys, I can't actually seem to select that one. That's kind of concerning. Maybe if I just delete this for a second to get rid of the junction and then just replace it, because to hell with it. So do that. Alright, that'll hopefully help with traffic a little bit, is my thinking. Hopefully. As for this space, I want to actually use for the first time in this city, I'm going to use the little, in fact, I might not need to. I might just be able to use this. Yeah, I'm just going to use that, because it actually kind of works. If I knock it up to there, yeah, that works. So let's do just a little bit of zoning there, and zoning there, and then I'm just going to basically double up on the pedestrian path that we have there. So let's do a little bit of snapping, bring that up to there, and beautiful. Alright, well, I'm actually very happy with where the city's gone this episode. It might not look like we've done a lot, but we kind of have. We've changed some roads, we changed this up a little bit here, and the traffic's now flowing around the middle. It is very, very busy. There is a hell of a lot of traffic, but it's okay. That is completely okay. There's a lot of traffic, but it's moving. My next target's going to be over here, and figuring out what's up with this. Mostly it is industrial traffic, so that's likely because of the fact that, oh yeah, no, industrial traffic can't move around the middle anymore. What if I get rid of this? I was about to end the episode, but what if I get rid of that? Because that will let industrial traffic go around the middle again, which is risky. That is very risky to do. But it does mean that, like, a lot of this, yeah, is... There's vans and delivery vans and all that stuff, so I don't know if they count as industrial traffic, or sort of not industrial, but heavy traffic. So we will see what happens here. We will certainly find out. In fact, I'm going to be an absolute arsehole, and I'm going to leave it there for today, because you're going to have to wait and see until next time to see if getting rid of the heavy traffic ban on that road ends up working. So with that in mind, oh my god, we have a lot of demand for industry again. With that in mind, I want to thank you kindly for watching. This has been City Skylines Snowfall. The city's getting there, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!